We have very recently had confirmation that our Forex and Crypto Education course has received accreditation from a business school. So you will have at the end of the course, obviously we've still yet to work out the finer details, but you will have an accreditation, so a certificate just like any other college or university course. You will actually be able to have a certification and a qualification after completing our course, which is, again, just really exciting and really, I can see Mark excited about it. And of course, we're, as far as we know, the only Forex education service in the world who has been given accreditation by a university, by a business school, to be able to give you that qualification. So that's really exciting. That just shows the quality and the level. If at the end of the presentation you do have any more questions, please go back to the person who has recommended, that you come along and watch today. They should have all of the answers for you. Anything more technical from a trading point of view, then we will be able to answer those questions for you. So please just feel free to get in touch and we can go through those with you. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Hopefully you can see that. So this is the NextGen Academy presentation. So this is the education that you get with your packages. If you want more information in relation to daily rewards or the bonuses, commissions, etc., that you can get from the network marketing side, then there is a presentation on Saturday at 1 p.m. Which will go through in more detail daily rewards and the network marketing side of the business. But today we are looking at the academy. So if you are new to Forex, if you've never done Forex before, let's give you a bit of information on what Forex is. Forex stands for the foreign exchange. And that is the biggest industry in the world, trading on the foreign exchange. There are over 10 million traders worldwide. A large number of that will be people who are within big institutions. So, people trading your pensions, if you've got if you invest in a hedge fund, they will all trade on the foreign exchange. And they'll certainly, obviously, diversify into shares and stocks, but a portion of it within the big institutions, they've always got a Forex trading side. So, over 10 million traders worldwide. The volume going through the foreign exchange every single day is enormous. There's over 6 trillion traded every single day. It's more around 6.5 trillion, which is just an enormous sum of money. So with that enormous sum of money, it's no surprise that there are more millionaires trading Forex than in any other business. The most successful, if you'll call him that, Forex trader, the gentleman in America, and his personal net worth, just to give you an idea, is $6 billion. So again, very successful, and that just goes to show that there is a lot of money to be made trading Forex. If you do it correctly, if you learn to do it correctly, because if you have maybe traded Forex previously, if you've maybe dabbled with it in the past, or you've had a Google of it, which a lot of people do, you will see that there are a lot of people who manage to lose money trading Forex. Now, it probably is something that's easy to lose money trading Forex if you haven't had the correct education and you haven't got that correct knowledge. So there was a survey done within the world of Forex, and they came up with the figure that 85% of people lose money. Now that is an enormous percentage, something which when you are in the successful percentage is sometimes hard to get your mind around. But the majority of those people are going to be the people who are having a go themselves, have had an incorrect or a bad education course previously maybe, and then they've done a further 10%, make little to no profit, so that's kind of not worth your time. And then they come up with the figure that 5% make big profit. Now that 5% who make big profit, the majority of those are going to be your big institutions. Pensions are growing, your hedge funds are growing, so those big institutions, they're making money. The banks, they're all trading, they are making money, and that's how we get our interest on our savings and our pensions, etc. But we're very happy to say NextGen is in that top 5%. So the service behind NextGen Academy now has been going 2.5 years. Like I said, Echo's been with us right from the start. And within those 2.5 years, we have not had a single losing week, which is an absolutely amazing track record. Not a single losing week. Obviously, we'll have losing days every now and then, but there are very few of them. So we have not had a single losing week in the last probably just over 2.5 years. Which, again, great, but there are reasons for that. And that is the way that we trade ourselves, the way that we teach you how to trade is the institutional way, and we have very, very strict money management. So that top 5%, like I said, they're the big institutions, your banks, pensions, hedge funds. We are trading the same way as them. That is the way Paul Chalmers, who is the MD of NextGen and runs UK Trading Academy, he's had an institutional background. That's how he's been so successful. And he is now obviously sharing that with you with this education. And that strict money management is very, very important, because what you'll often see is it's very easy most of the time, you know, to get into that top 5%. Then what people do is they will make a silly mistake, which can wipe out all of your profit for the day, potentially even the week if it's a really silly mistake. And that is what we avoid. We're very, very good at avoiding silly mistakes. And the number one way that we do that is to develop your mentality, because what people will often do is that they will think, you know, I've won the last 3 or 4 trades, I'm on a winning streak. No such thing as a winning streak, especially with Forex. And then they'll go into a trade which they simply shouldn't have. Either they didn't check the news items coming out, they forgot to put a stop loss on in their emotions, or they just went in when the market was telling them not to. And that is when they will lose all of the money that they've made, and potentially, you know, lose money that they didn't have in the first place. So developing your mentality, you know, when there's big institutions, when the traders in those institutions are sitting at their desks, they're not trading on their emotions. That is their job. They are very methodical about it, because they don't want to, obviously they don't want to lose that money. That's their job. And the mentality is completely different to that of, you know, a retail trader who hasn't had that institutional trading and that training, and that is what we give you. Again, we often avoid trading. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. We avoid trading when there's major news announcements out, and we will always, every single morning at 9 a.m, we tell you any news items that are out that day, any news items to avoid. The biggest news item out in a trading perspective is called non-farm payroll in America. Usually, 99% of the time, it's the first Friday of every month. The American government, they release their statistics in relation to unemployment, you know, and that affects the whole economy. And that whole day can sometimes just be a write-off. So we do not trade on non-farm payroll. There's simply not worth risking. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have made some really nice profit, and then they could lose it. And that is an overview of Forex. Let's have a look at the NextGen service before we go into more detail. So we have 20 educational modules, plus a further 2 modules on taught strategies. We live stream out to you for 12 hours a day, 8:30 in the morning till 8:30 in the evening UK time. We stream out our trading tools to you during that 12 hours. So for 8 of those hours, we are in the office. We're at our desk, and we have a live chat facility, which very much is live. I think at one point our response time was about 26 seconds. So we are there at the desk, able to answer the questions for you. During that time, we also do market analysis, which I'll go into a little bit later on. We have 3 amazing strategies as well, which we share with you, apart from the 2 taught ones. So our Newton Index is a Forex trading strategy. Our Da Vinci Code is a crypto trading strategy, which we have recently launched and has been amazing so far. And then our Asian rejection strategy. Now, the Asian strategy is one that you actually get to download the software for. Again, we'll give you a little bit more information of that as we go on. So if you have had a Google or you have previously traded Forex, you will probably see that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of companies out there who say that they can give you a Forex education. Some of those will get you maybe halfway there. Others will not get you anywhere apart from that 85% of people losing money. And there's a number of reasons which make us unique. Obviously, our accreditation now, which again, we'll have our updated slides for you shortly. Our accreditation is one of them. Our training school is going to be one of them. But the thing that I always put at the top of this list is the constant support that you get from us. It is so important when you're learning anything new to be able to have a tutor, a lecturer, a professor there to answer your questions. You know, when you go to college, you pay money for a college course, you don't expect them just to chuck the book at you and leave you to your own devices. And that's exactly, you know, what we try to stay away from. We don't just chuck modules at you and expect you to get on with it. You have from us constant support, whether it is during that, you know, the 8 hours a day when we're on live chat, and giving you all of that analysis. Outside of that, you know, you've got the telegrams where you can ask us any question. You know, there's no such thing as a silly question. And we can go through that with you. I know one of our members who I spoke with a little while ago, he said that with another company, he had paid £5,000 for a Forex education course. And with that, he had 3 hours of contact with a professional trader. You have 8 hours on your very first day to be able to ask us questions, and you will get 8 hours Monday to Friday for the rest of your package duration. And we are there to answer any question. And of course, we've got our live streaming. So if it is something that we need to bring up on the screen and go through with you, we can do. And that really benefits, if you've asked a question, somebody else is probably thinking the same thing. So it will always benefit more than one person. We also have the market index. So if you've ever watched a film about trading, if you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, you will see that their walls are plastered with big screens that have numerous indices and data streams coming into them. They've got TV screens all over the wall. And one of those is called the Financial Institutions Matrix. And what this does is it shows you what all of the major currencies are doing at any given time. We have that same data stream streamed into our servers, like the big institutions would have. And we, of course, stream that back out to you for 12 hours every single day as part of our streaming. So you have access to the same data streams as those big institutions do, which is an amazing thing to have. It costs an extortionate amount of money to be able to have that. But of course, that is all included within your package cost. There is no extra charge. You, of course, then get daily rewards on your education package purchase with NextGen. As I said at the start, if you did want more information in relation to daily rewards, commissions, bonuses, etc., that you can earn with the network marketing side, then please do have a look at our presentation on Saturday at 1 p.m. I believe. One of our Barbara Malik is doing it. And you will see, more information in relation to that. So that's all I'm going to mention just for the Academy presentation. Of course, we have now crypto education as well, and that crypto education, crypto trading is still, there's a lot less volume of it compared to Forex. Forex is much more established. You've got that 6 trillion, so crypto is, catching up, more people getting involved with that, so have that crypto education as well. And the tools that we stream out to you, like I said, it's an extortionate cost, $30,000 every single month. And to you, no extra charge. It is a full and complete Forex and crypto institutional trading education. So no matter what package you have, you get all of the modules. If you've got one of the starter packages, you're not going to get the starter modules. You get all of the modules. And I will explain the differences between what you get with your packages. But whatever package you have, you get absolutely everything. The only thing that changes really is the length of time you've got access to the live stream. And of course, no monthly charges at all. This is all included with your package purchase. So everybody has access to this with their packages, so please do utilize it. Now, those educational modules, like I said, there are 20 of them in total, so they are very comprehensive. The content will take you from having no knowledge of trading to being able to trade on your own as a competent trader. Now, Paul often says he prefers it if you know nothing at all, because it means you haven't picked up any naughty habits that might be losing you money along the way. Much like, if you're learning to drive a car and you've maybe driven previously, if you do have any naughty habits, it can mark you down on your driving test, and it's exactly the same with Forex. It'll lose you money if you're trading. However, whatever stage you are in your education, whether you've traded unsuccessfully before or if you are new, please make sure you go right from the start and work your way through those modules. If you've done it before, you might get through those modules a bit quicker. However, if you do have any, hang-ups, or if you're making any mistakes, then the course will correct those as well, and you will start to become profitable. Now, the way that it's set out is very much a step-by-step instruction, so it makes it very simple to do. Each module is between 15 and 25 minutes long, maybe 20 to 25 minutes long, which means that, you don't have to be stuck in front of a computer screen for 3 hours on end, being bombarded with information. They are very concise, very to the point, and it means that if you're on your lunch break in work, you can watch a module. If you need to watch that module more than once, you can do. You don't need to maybe, go back, try and rewind a video anywhere to watch it again. They are, like I said, 20, 25 minutes long. You can watch them wherever you are. And you can, watch them as many times as you need to before you have that light bulb moment. And that means that anybody can do it. So I learned to trade when I was 14 years old. I have the same teacher that you have. And I was able to trade my way through university and come out with very, very big student loans. And for a law and politics degree, those student loans would have been massive if I hadn't have traded Forex. In my space, I wasn't doing it full time. I was doing it maybe an hour or two a day, and still for a student to come out with very little student loans, it helped me enormously. hence why I have left the legal profession. I qualified as a solicitor, and I now do Forex again full time. And hopefully, if you do start dipping into it, then you will understand the benefits of trading Forex. Now, those modules, they're in English because they've been done by the team within the UK. We also have them all available in Spanish, Arabic, and French. I believe all of the modules are translated. I'm not 100% sure if the full Arabic course is on there yet. I believe it is, but just in case, I will double check that for you. But again, we want it to be as accessible to as many people as possible. So if we have enough requests to translate the course into another language, we will do. So please bear in mind, if you want to suggest that to us, we are very happy to take suggestions on board, and we are happy to go through, more translations if possible. Now, your live streaming and support. It's one thing that I can't go on about enough because of how important it is when you're learning something new to have that support there and to have, all of the tools that you need. So with our course, it is like we're next to you. We've got in the other room now, we've got Craig, Philip, they're going through, the charts. We will have our next analysis in 9 minutes time. And we go through all the markets with you, and we can bring things up on the screen and go through them in real time. Now that live stream, like I said, it goes on at 8:30 in the morning and it ends at 8:30 in the evening. Now, all of the times are going to be UK time, so please adjust that for where you are in the world. We have at the end of October our clocks either going back or forward, I can never remember. So it'll change again, but just please bear in mind that obviously they are UK times, especially with the the daily market analysis. So that is at 9 a.m. We have a little update then at 11:30 p.m. The next analysis is at 1:30 p.m. Sorry, 11:30 a.m. 1:30 p.m. and then 3 p.m. So please bear in mind that you should really try and make that analysis as well, because what you'll find, the analysis is basically taking everything that you've learned from the modules and putting it into practice. I keep going back to it, when you're in school, college, university, you'll go for maybe work experience, or you'll go for an intern, because it's about getting that real-time experience, dealing with charts in real time, and that is what the analysis will do for you. And of course, when we're not doing our analysis, we are streaming out our strategies and all of our tools to you. And then the 8 hours that we're in the office, so that's 8:30 till 4:30. That is the best time to bring us your questions. If you have any questions regarding a particular trade, something in the modules, anything news related, anything at all really. I mean, we do say try and keep it education or trading related, but we are here for you from all aspects of your life really. But yeah, please do feel free and not suffer in silence if you don't understand something. We then, like I said, provide commentary on all trades and do that daily market analysis with you. And outside of that, we are pretty much available 24 hours a day on Telegram and social media. So our Telegram group, if you do join, the link for our Telegram group is in the download section when you go into your Academy site. And of course, you can have a look at our social medias. But the Telegram group is enormously helpful because our members, especially the more experienced members who've been with us maybe right from the start, they are in there answering questions as well as us. So it's very supportive. People post trades that they've had in the day and their accounts at the end of the day, which is really encouraging because for us it's seeing the results. The proof is in the pudding, as you say. Now, you heard me talk a little bit earlier on about the market index. So the market index is in itself very unique because these indices, these data streams that these big institutions have are very useful. To be able to have access to the financial institutions matrix, the criteria for that in itself is quite stringent. Obviously, we've got that through Paul's experience previously, but we have the same data stream as those big institutions do, and we stream them back out to you. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to see everything that's going on in the market. It allows you to see everything that's happening to all of the major currencies. Paul's favourite saying is it's like opening Pandora's box. It has made us amazing profits for all of our members. And one of our strategies is based solely upon the financial institutions matrix. And that is the Newton Index strategy. So that's our Forex strategy. We then, like I said, have our Da Vinci Code. So our Newton Index and our Da Vinci Code are live streamed out to you for 12 hours a day. The Asian rejection strategy, then, that is the one that you get to download. And then our two taught strategies are a hedging strategy and the Fibonacci follower. Now let's have a little look in more detail at those strategies. I don't expect you to understand exactly how they work just from my brief 5-minute description now, because within the modules, you have modules just dedicated towards the strategies. So obviously you can go ahead and watch those and understand them in much more detail. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how it works. So when you log in, this is one of the screens that you will see on the live streaming. And this is, I'm just going to explain this in more detail. We'll just have a little look at the other ones, but this is how they work. So the bottom half of the screen that you can see here, that is the financial institutions matrix. That's the financial markets there. And you've got all of the major currencies that we would normally see in a trading pair there. So each one of these lines that you can see represents a currency, and they correlate with the colors down the side here. So you can see that the green line is the USD, the blue line is the euro, the white line is the GBP, red line CHF, and so on. And you can probably notice here that all of these lines like to gather around this center line, and that center line is 0. That's where all the currencies like to be. And what the index tells us is it tells us the previous volume that was going through that particular currency, and then it tells you the current volume going through that particular currency. And these figures are updated every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes there is new data coming into the stream, giving you up-to-date figures every single 5 minutes. This is updating. And then it tells you obviously the strength of the volume in that currency. And then the next two columns will show you where that currency is sitting on the index. So like I said, they all like to congregate around this middle line, which is 0, and then obviously currencies move. That's what we like. That's how we make the money with these movements. And then they all try and come back together. You can see there. And how the Newton index strategy works is that when two currencies go past certain points, again, the modules will tell you what these certain points are, what these certain figures are. But when one goes up and one goes in the opposite direction down past these certain points, that's when we're going to look potentially to place a trade. And you can see how easy it is to identify which ones we're looking at for a trade. Probably going to be this orange line here, and down here it's going to be this yellow line. A little bit further on, potentially that white we're going to look at. And the indication for us to place a trade would be that when these two markets start to come back towards 0, that's when we're going to look. So when a market makes a movement, it'll get to a certain level, and then the market will become what we call exhausted. The market will become exhausted. It wants to come back down to 0 where they're all congregating there. So we're going to wait, and we're going to wait until both of these currencies, both of these lines, start to turn back towards 0. And that is when we're going to look at placing the trade. So if we have a look, the orange line is the Japanese yen. The yellow line there is the Australian dollar. So that's the chart that we bring up here. We've got Aussie dollar, Japanese yen chart up here, and you can see that this has made a move down. So potentially through your own analysis, you could have caught that movement down. But what you'll see here is that this market has tried to go back up a couple of times. It's tried to go back up here. If you did put a buy on here, you would have been knocked out. It's obviously come back down quite a fair bit. It's tried to go up again there and then come back down. So we're going to use the index, and that is going to tell us when this market is going to turn. Because we can see there that both of those markets, they've now become exhausted. They're going to come all the way back down or back up towards 0. So we're going to hold off. We're not going to place a buy until we've had that indication. And then it basically gives us the earliest possible point where we can be fairly sure that that is going to go in the direction we want it to. So we're going to place a buy, like we said, when both of those have turned, which is here, indicated by the blue vertical line. And we're going to close that when the first of those goes back through 0. So you can see the Japanese yen, the orange line, that's come down, and the yellow one's come up. But the yellow one was the first one to go back through 0. That's when we're going to close our trade. And that one made a lovely 25 pip profit. Again, that is just one trade at one moment on one of our strategies. As I said, probably about an hour later, there's another trade there on the GBP and CHF. So if indications were there to go in on that one, then that would have been, again, another nice trade. But that is just one of our strategies. And this can be used as well for your own analysis, doing your own analysis on the market, which again is something that we teach you how to do. Now, the Da Vinci Code strategy, so this one is completely different because this is a crypto trading strategy. And you can see there how that works. Now, the Da Vinci Code is a live stream strategy. So you will see this when you log in to your live stream, to the Academy's back office. Again, this is explained to you fully in module 20. Which is the last module apart from those two extra strategies. So when you log in, the first thing that you should do is go to the module so that you can learn exactly how these work. But that is the second screen that you will see when you log in. I believe the background when you log in is a little bit like that now. But again, everything on how these work is explained within the module. Now this is the Asian rejection strategy. The Asian rejection strategy is based on the Asian session. We're always looking for a sell. And this is one that you actually download the software for. You can put that software on your MetaTrader and you can trade with that for however long your trading career lasts. And this, like I said, is all included with your package. You also get a handy lot size calculator to download with it. And this will stay on your MetaTrader for however long you want to trade with. If you're up to date with your Financial Times, if you check Bloomberg, you might have seen that the best performing hedge fund on Bloomberg last year made around 10.6%. The Asian rejection strategy makes it on average around 11%. So this strategy is absolutely amazing. And I know Echo, our ambassador, is his favorite strategy by miles. But again, please do make sure you know exactly how they work before you go into them, before you start with them, because it's all explained to you in the modules. Now, like I said, everything I've described today is all included with your packages. Everybody with a package gets access to it, so please utilize it. But these packages are all start with one of our packages. It is a Pro Starter Pack. €100, so that gets you 1 week full access to that live streaming, to all of that analysis, all of those tools, those costly tools, of course, all of the strategies that are live streamed. And what you will find is that, when you start looking at the daily analysis that we do, you'll start to identify the same levels as this, which is really the aim. We'll be analysing the market and you'll think, yes, that's the level I would have picked out. And that is really the big light bulb moment. That is when you can do it yourself. But what you will see with the packages is that as the package increases, the length of time that you've got access to that live streaming, the strategies, the analysis, how long you have access to that for. You will still get your daily rewards for 52 weeks. You will still get access to the live chat for 52 weeks. You will still get access to your modules for 52 weeks. The only thing, like I said, that changes is how long you've got access to that live streaming for. So our next package then is our apprentice package. That is 15 days of full access. Of course, you're still getting everything else. Our business pack then, that's €500. So that gets you 1 month's full access to all of the live streaming. You still get your daily rewards and your access to your modules and everything like that. Our professional pack then, that is €1,000. That gets you 3 months full access to our education program, or that live streaming, if you will. Our elite pack then, that's €2,500. So that gives you 6 months of access to that live streaming and strategies. And our trader pack is €5,000. So that gives you 12 months of full access to that live streaming, to the analysis and the strategies. Now, by the end of 12 months, you should pretty much be able to trade very, very profitably on your own as a competent trader. Because by the end of 12 months, listening to that daily analysis and following the strategies, that big light bulb moment should have happened and you should be absolutely flying. And now, like I said, Echo's been with us the last 2.5 years because the access to that analysis and the strategies, is really the golden nugget, if you will, with your packages. But if you did want more information, like I said, please go back to the person who's recommended this to you. Or you can ask us, you can come to us and ask us anything that you like, especially if it's more maybe trader related. Paul often does Zoom calls with people who are, really interested in the trading side of things. But it's, like I said at the start, we are, as far as we know, the only Forex education provider with accreditation. And if you are, interested in getting that qualification, then keep your eyes peeled, because the accreditation process is a little bit long-winded. So we're somewhere probably in the middle of that, towards the end of that. So we will be able to give you more information on that shortly, in terms of, how long you need to study for, what the exam will look like, or a test will look like. So please, like I said, just keep your eyes peeled for more information on that. But apart from that, that is everything that I have to go through. Like I said, we normally have Echo with us, who is our ambassador, to give testimonials, etc. But it's just me today. So, like I said, in the next week or two, we will have a new and improved, if you will, presentation for you, because we have some very exciting developments coming up. The main one, obviously, is going to be the Academy offices, which will be opening in, the next couple of weeks. The builders are still in, making it look same high spec as all of the other NextGen offices. So we will be moving in there in the next week or so and getting everything ready for our opening. After that opening, you will be able to use a booking system whereby you can book yourself in and come down to our offices, and you'll be able to have that training delivered face to face. Ask those questions, we can give you all of the answers, you can meet us, you can see exactly what we do. So you'll basically spend the day with us. Again, like I said at the start, for those of you who are new, that day will be completely free of charge. It'll be all included with your package. As long as you've got an active package and you're within that 52 weeks, you'll be able to come down and have that course delivered to you. So thank you everybody for coming along and listening to me today. I am sorry it's just me, so you've got one monotone voice maybe. But again, I don't expect all of the information I've given you today to just sink in one go. People learn differently. We're educators, we understand that. So this probably will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. I know I recorded it a little bit late, but there are other presentations that you can see on our YouTube channel, which is meticulously updated by our VP of Digital Marketing, Mr. Ken Dunstan. He does an amazing job at keeping everybody up to date. So please do check out our YouTube channel. And like I said, we have our next presentation at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and that will go through more, the network marketing side, bonuses, commissions, daily rewards, if you've got any further questions about that. But from me, for now, it's goodbye. I can hear Craig in the background doing the 1:30 daily analysis. So if any of you did want to catch that, I'll let you go.